Hello everyone, YouTube. We love someone back here. Gonna be not that long a video, not as long as part 1, my top 20 game franchises of all time. This is gonna be about 5 minutes. I guess I left off at the at part 1 video of talking about Resident Evil. Guess I was talking about Code Veronica. Sorry about the cut there. I know, a new setting. I'm not in my living room anymore. I'm in my bedroom doing it. So I was really tired in that part 1. Obviously you can see, but I'm gonna do part 2 here. Just talking about Resident Evil, and yeah, I talked about Code Veronica a little bit. I hate that game a lot. I have a love-hate relationship with it. It's a really hard game, but it's good for what it is. I mean, it's not like a sequel. It's canon. It's still like the story of the franchise. So it's linked, obviously, with like Claire and Chris and her. Claire trying to find her brother and Chris trying to find Claire and all that. So, but I like Code Veronica. It's hard. I only beat it like once, but as a whole, for the whole Resident Evil franchise here, I love it. It's one of my favorite gaming franchises ever. I even love like the Gun Survivor games, like not Gun Survivor. That game's terrible. Fuck that game. Same with the Outbreak games. I hate the Outbreak games. Outbreak 1, File 1 and File 2. Jeez, they're terrible. I think they're only online games. They didn't have like a story mode, so they're on the PS2. I heard they're making a Outbreak File 3. I don't know if that's true or not, but if they do, what are they gonna do? I mean, how can you do it? I mean, where is the game gonna be set at? Raccoon City? You can't do it. But anyways, those Outbreak games don't matter. I love Darkside Chronicles and Umbrella Chronicles, even though they're kind of, they're rail shooters, but they're still, Umbrella Chronicles is like your traditional House of the Dead type game. Darkside Chronicles is kind of like Dead Space Extraction, where it's like a realistic, like you're in a movie pretty much. That's all it is, like cinematic stuff. And oh, I forgot to talk about Dead Aim, Resident Evil Dead Aim on PS2, another gun survivor game in the Gun Survivor series. It's all right. I haven't played it ever. I watched some gameplay videos of it. It didn't really appeal to me. I only like the canon story mode, the whole canon story, the main series, and Darkside Chronicles and Umbrella Chronicles. I didn't talk too much about the first one on the PS1, the very first Resident Evil. I like it. It's good for what it is at the time, but it has aged a lot, especially with the voice acting and everything, and the setting, and the graphics. Just kind of, but it's good for what it is. The claustrophobic setting in the mansion, and the simple storyline, and all that. So I don't need to explain the storyline. You know what it is. It's Resident Evil. You played it. But my favorite is obviously 2. 3 is good, but 3 is like the same as 2. I mean, you're in the mansion. Nemesis is coming out. I love Nemesis. I think Nemesis is the greatest video game villain of all time. So, like I said, I'm not going to talk about Code Veronica. 4, I'll talk about 4. 4 is great. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's on my top 10, 20, whatever. Top 5. I mean, it is the highest rated game of all time, and it deserves to be. And I think I made a video a couple of months back about Resident Evil 4, not survival horror. And Resident Evil 4 is survival horror. It has moody settings. It's truly survival horror. I mean, when you're running, it has so many jump scares, and the tension, the music. Just like when you first play the game, like when you're starting out in the village, and like when you're like first like a new file, when you're starting a new game, and you're trying to survive in the village, and that chainsaw people are coming after you. That's not horror. Of course, it's fucking horror. It's Resident Evil 4. Like I think the scariest part of Resident Evil 4 is when you're like finally rescuing Ashley Graham, which she's an annoying character, I have to agree. She's really annoying. She's a bitch. But when you're finally coming back, revisiting the village, and when it's raining and all that, it's like moody and all that. Oh god, the music is just terrifying. You think there's someone like right on the side of you or back of you. Resident Evil 4, I can't say, it's not, whatever I say about the game is not enough. I mean, what do I need to say about the game? That's already been said before. It's Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 5, I can't stand that game. I wish I wanted to like it, but it seems like every fan hates the game. I'm not the only one. If you like it, that's fine. That's your opinion. The story sucks. Sheva, your character, your partner, sucks. She does not belong in that world at all. I didn't like Jill, the way she looked, her blonde hair. I mean, Wesker, they ruined Wesker character. His voice acting is terrible. God, is he British or something? I mean, Wesker was never British. I mean, they didn't even make him look like badass. He looked like fucking Mr. Smith from The Matrix. He didn't look like Wesker at all. The ending of Resident Evil 5 is very poor. I mean, Capcom, you really kind of, if you're like planning on going all out on that series and that's what you came up with, that's pretty bad. Resident Evil 5 is not. It feels like an action movie, like Michael Bay action movie, even though I like some of Michael Bay's movies. But anyways, it just doesn't seem like survival horror at all. It takes place in the daytime, and they're riding on fucking bikes, for crying out loud. Looks like fucking Mad Max. That's not what Resident Evil is. It's supposed to be tension, zombies. It's not. That's not what it is. But enough about Resident Evil 5. I don't know. Resident Evil 6, if they ever do plan on doing it, I know they probably are. I heard a couple, rumor about a year ago they are doing it. We all know it's not going to be on the Wii. It's going to be on the 360 and PS3 and maybe PC or whatever. They're going to do the same old shit. Like, I don't know, if they don't... To me, I think Resident Evil 5 did kill the series in a way. Like, it really did. And it's kind of heartbreaking for me because I love the series, but if they ever do, and then whenever they officially announce Resident Evil 6, it'll probably be shown at this year's E3 or next year's, and I don't know. Who knows? Will they bring back Leon? I mean, Leon's been in a lot of stuff lately. Dark Side Chronicles, Resident Evil Degeneration movie, and now Resident Evil Damnation, new CGI movie, so who knows what they're going to do with the series. All I know is I'm excited for Resident Evil Revelations, so that's going to be put the series back on track. It's going to be like canon. It is canon. Resident Evil Revelations is canon in the story mode, so we don't know yet. We don't know what the story really is. We just know that teaser trailer, and we saw a couple gameplay stuff, and looks like it plays well. Looks really good. It's not finished yet. It'll probably be out by this time next year. So, but yeah, that's me talking about Resident Evil. I can talk about Resident Evil all day. No, I'm done now. I gotta quit this video and expect maybe the Blob 2 gameplay. I'll probably do some Blob 2. So, yeah. Yes, the Blob 2. I'm gonna do it right now, actually. So, when this video is uploaded, you'll see the Blob 2 right after that. Maybe 2 videos of the Blob 2 gameplay. Not like walkthroughs, so, but I'm out, so peace out, and bye, guys. Later. Peace.